My name is Michelle Harden, and I want to first introduce myself to you. You know, I'm a native Houstonian, have lived in Texas for all of my life, but I've traveled to some great places. I've been to the White House, the East and West Wing. For those of you that know the White House, you know that's an important statement. And I've also been to Israel. I've been to, just traveled all over, done quite a bit of events, not to impress you, but to share with you I'm not a novice at who I am and what I've done and what I've been able to accomplish. But one of the things that I found very defining in my life is being able to tell my story. I've asked and I work with some amazing people who have told their story. They've written their book. I did my husband's story on a documentary film called Exit to Freedom. But I have not yet told my story. So I started back in the day as a project manager, you know, a great place to hide my talents and my gift, be behind the scene. But yet now I was sitting in a conference, and there was a lady that was there who said, you know what? If you know you're the expert in anything, you need to write, you know, your book. You need to write a book. So I began to write this book, didn't do it immediately because there were some things that prevented me from realizing that I was the one. It to November, and then I heard this voice say, it's time to write that book, that thing you said you were going to do. And it was a very strong voice. I'm being very kind right now, but it was like, you better get it done. Not knowing how to do it, not really having the resources, not being an author, really knowing too many authors personally who had went through the process, I knew that it was something that I had to do. So I just started with what I could think of, you know, just starting, taking a book and just, you know, really going for it. Then along the way, I got stuck and I reached out to an author that I knew personally during that time who had just finished her book, and I just asked her for a little advice and some help, and she did. She gave me some great advice. I ended up finishing the book December the 1st at 11:30 p.m. because that was my deadline date. So 45 days later I had my manuscript in my hand, but I didn't know what to do with it. So then God downloaded another person and say, call this person. He had been in the industry for over 25 years. And when I reached out to call him, he said, is this the Michelle Harden? I didn't even know he knew my name. So I said all that to say that people are waiting on you. They're waiting to help you, serve you, and to escort you into your, you know, your place of being an author. As a midwife, that is exactly what I do. And that's why I'm offering to you shucks. And that's why I'm offering to you, I Got a Story challenge. It's a phenomenal challenge that you'll meet other people who are just like yourself, and that you'll have a lot of fun completing in 2020 your book. But let me tell you what my challenges were when I first entered, you know, starting to write. So it was, number one, it was not really knowing what to do, not really knowing where to start. Number two, how was I going to finance this idea? And then number three, you know, my own challenges of being having dyslexia. So understanding those dynamics of not having money, not knowing people, and not having, you know, the mental faculties, if you will, to really concentrate and focus on writing a book with correct grammar and structure and, you know, being able to use the right words. That was a bit of a challenge for me, but I got to tell you, as I put one step forward and I began to just understand that it was my time and it was my turn, I produced and self-published my own book. Have sold over thousands of copies. My book is international, it's in other countries. I sell out every time I go and I speak about whatever you do brand new. So that's my story to you, to let you know that people are waiting on you. You have everything you need to get it done. Join the I Got a Story challenge. If you have a story, if you have a memoir, if you want, you know, to write your biographical sketch or depict your life story in a book, people are waiting on you. They're waiting to hear who you are and what you do. What great greater way of leaving a legacy for your family. Then I think about, my mother, who always gave us different tips growing up and telling us, look, when you're out on a date, you better keep those quarters in your pocket, all those things. So I'm challenging my mom to write a book on things mamas used to tell us. What are those things? Leaving a legacy is not just for ourselves to say that we were this person and we live this type of life, but it's for those that come, that they may read our impact, our imprint, and our influence in the earth. Harriet Tubman, guys, we wouldn't know who she was if it had not been documented. The amazing movie that was done for her life story. You could be the next. Go ahead and join the challenge. The registration is on the screen. I look forward to seeing you in class, and I look forward to sharing this moment of us writing and sharing our stories together.